In 2005, Houston rapper Mike Jones released an album called Who is Mike Jones? And while there are probably many popular songs on that album, most of us remember one song in particular, Back Then. And let me give you a reminiscent of those lyrics. Back then, those hoes didn't want me. Now I'm hot, hoes all on me. Yeah, and basically what that means is when I didn't have anything, they didn't want to deal with me. But now I got everything, they want to deal with me. But stop the show. That wasn't the case for Kevin Hart. Rewind, Emo! You see, Kevin Hart is from the city of Philadelphia, and he was a broke student at the Philadelphia Community College. And while he was studying, he was also doing comedy part-time. And one day in the cafeteria, he ended up seeing this very attractive young lady to him by the name of Torrei. And of course, you know, they had a class together. She thought he was funny. He invited her to a comedy show. He bought her some chicken wings and things like that. And he went up to perform. Before he did, stop the show. He did something very romantic. He gave her his phone to look after her. Can I get an aw sound effect? Aww. Yeah, that's exactly what he did. And he was like, listen, I really love you, baby. And, you know, I want to move in with you. But she was like, stop the show again. Hell no! I'm not about to be shacking up with you, fool. You need to go ahead on and marry me. Wedding music. So he went, somehow got the money for a wedding ring, and he proposed to Torrei Hart. And you know what? They were married eventually. Now, this is important because as much as Kevin Hart was in comedy, she also was in the entertainment industry. She wanted to be, you know, in the industry with comedy, film, and things like that. But what happened was when he married her in 2003, as a loving wife, she was like, listen, I'm going to just stay married and take care of our kids, because he had a son and a daughter. And, you know, I'm going to let him go out there and do his thing, which is what he did. Soul Plane came out in 2004, and the rest was history. But oh, stop the show. When Soul Plane came out and he got getting more notoriety, the females didn't care he was married. So, put the clapping sounds. Yes, the cheek clapping really started. And he was in LA and the chicks were looking good. And some speculate that the women that he really wanted looked a lot better than his wife. And so he did what a lot of Negroes do. Forget who was there before you had anything and started dealing with these chicks who didn't have nothing. And that's what he did, ultimately destroying his marriage. And it ended on somewhat good terms, but hey, the wife that came up with you when you had nothing is still a little bitter. And really, that's what happened with her. She never really blew up in the entertainment industry. She still kept the Hart last name, and she kind of went into a little bit of a career abyss, right? But fast forward, Diva. So let me ask you a question. Imagine you had an enemy. And the enemy was somebody that you really disliked, but you had an ex-wife or an ex-girlfriend. And, you know, this enemy has said some things about you. You said some things about them. But, you know, since it's your ex-wife or your ex-girlfriend, you would never think that that person would ever go and partner with the person that you hate. It's kind of like the Benny the Butcher situation, where Benny the Butcher just created a rap song for Freddie Gibbs' baby mama. And his baby mama is now talking about how bad Freddie Gibbs is, and Benny the Butcher, his enemy, wrote the song. Plus, we think that Benny the Butcher, put the clapping sounds. Yeah, we think that Benny the Butcher clapped those cheeks. But I just want to make sure that we know that we would probably think that it's not all good. And so just so you know that it's not all good, let me play a clip of Kevin Hart really talking bad about Katt Williams, just so we know the energy is there.
Frustration with Katt Williams comes from, you keep pointing at Hollywood. Hollywood this, the white man, this, and this. When do you take responsibility for your actions? You had the shot.
Katt was in that position at one
point.
You
were the guy. Yeah. You were set up to be the star. You didn't show up to work. You off promo shoots. You trips that they had set up for you. You became a risk to the studios, which is why the studios with you.
Why was he a risk?
He chose drugs.
Oh, okay.
Take responsibility for what you chose and say, you know what? I gotta fix me and I'm gonna come back and I'm gonna stand up for comedy.
So let me have now Katt Williams talking about Kevin Hart.
Kevin Hart and Tiffany Haddish came through there and made... All lies. Steve and Cedric never performed at the Comedy Store at all. Tiffany was only seen at the Laugh Factory. In 15 years in Hollywood, no one in Hollywood has a memory of going to a sold-out Kevin Hart show, there being a line for him ever getting a standing ovation at any comedy club. He already had his deals when he got here. Have we heard of a comedian that came to L.A. and in his first year in L.A. he had his own sitcom on network television and had his own movie called Soul Plane that he was leading? No, we've never heard of that before that person or since that person. What do you think a plant is? Maybe people don't understand the definitions of these words.
Now, guys, that right there is very interesting. There is no love lost between these individuals, but it's about to get worse. Stop the show. Let's play a game of Negro Era, shall we? Did A, Katt Williams slept with Kevin Hart's current wife? B, Kevin Hart's ex-wife is sleeping with Katt Williams? C, Kevin Hart's ex-wife is going on tour with Katt Williams? Or D, none of the above? Jeopardy music! The answer is C. Torrei Hart has announced she is going on tour with Katt Williams following that Club Shay Shay interview, which has almost 40 million views at this time. And guess who is in the comments? Tiffany Haddish.
Oh my God, bro.
Well, know what she said? Congratulations. So that is something that is true. Now, let me just say this, right? A lot of people think that Torrei Hart is classless for this. She's shady for this. Like, how could she go and partner with her ex-husband's enemy, like Katt Williams? It doesn't make sense. No, it makes perfect sense. First of all, let me just say this, and I know marriages are not perfect, and it's, I want to be honest, it's not a lot that I would really take. You guys know I'm kind of biased towards the men, right? But here's something that a lot of sisters don't get credit for. This was a woman that was dealing with him when he didn't have nothing, a zero, okay? Now, I know he's a young man. He's not ready for success, but the sister should at least get credit for being there for a brother. And we know that he's from Philadelphia. We all know that Kevin Hart is not a tall man. And we know that, short black men in America do be getting discriminated against. But this sister said, listen, this man's gonna marry me. He don't have any money right now. I love him for him. I'm going to deal with him, right? Now, let me just say this. Of course, when a lot of men are broke, they don't have a lot of options. So again, when you get money as a man, it tests your loyalty to who is there with you. And I'm going to tell you, it's not easy when everybody's coming after you, don't care about the wife that you have, and you start indulging and cheating and lying with different ladies, and you got kids, and your wife, who, like I said, wanted to be in the industry, and I'm not trying to say she's talented or anything like that, but she put her life behind so she can deal with you, and you were doing whatever you wanted. And when you left her, not only was you, cheating on your first wife, you're cheating on your second wife. And then there's this Tasha Clay clip where they're talking about you're clapping the cheeks of the other lady. Let's play that.
I was keeping everything under wraps. I didn't want to say anything because I didn't want to lose my job. But I was getting anxiety because I was like, we're going through scandal after scandal. If he cheats on Aniko and she's pregnant with her second baby, if this gets out, it's becoming obvious.
So
we're
the
not going to be
first scandal
anymore.
was with the first baby.
Correct.
The one in Vegas.
Yes.
So these other scandals in office.
It's another one in the office.
She pregnant again.
Correct. With her second
And
baby.
he's still,
Correct.
according to you,
Yes.
according to you,
Yes.
according to you,
Yes.
leaving semen stains all over the couch at the
Yes.
Heartbeat studio.
Correct.
And showering and then going home like.
Yes. And how I know for sure, he showered and left.
Is he playing basketball or something?
No, he's sleeping with people in the office and he's showering and he's going home. And at the time, because Kevin added a shower in his office, and that was not legal because the wall that they put up, you had to have like a certain type of shower wall.
Yeah.
So that wasn't supposed to be there.
Because I'm like, is it hot in the office? Is he sweating?
Right. So I had to clean his bathroom and his office. So I had to make it look nice, and I had to clean. I'm like, this is disgusting. I'm not the maid. I don't want to clean this up. So I had to clean that up. And then the towels I would just throw in the trash can because I'm like, he's not going to reuse this trash. Meaning these towels.
It was semen on the towels?
Oh, it was. I don't know what was on the towels, but I do know that he took a shower and he put them in the bin.
So usually I would take a man's side, but in this, I got to go with the sister, right? Because it seems to me she might have been hard to deal with. She might have had an attitude, but it seems like he was the one that was disloyal to her. So I think that she's trying to do what she can do for her career. Of course, she seemed like the career has never really taken off, largely because of what happened here. But I wish her the absolute best. And I just want to tell brothers, man, when you get a lady that really loved you, and this is something that one of the things that I really regret about myself. There was one lady, now since I haven't, been. I've clapped a lot of cheeks in my life.
Stop the cap.
But there was one lady, man, when I was undergrad. I didn't have anything, and I kind of mistreated this young girl. You know what I mean? She was really good, and I think that if I was to ever really be married, that was probably my opportunity to have a really nice life partner. But hey, man, I would have messed up too, just like that. And nobody has to care about you, and nobody has to love you. And when you hurt people like that, you could not get luck for a long time. So you should always be, appreciative of people who are there with you when you didn't have anything, because there's so many fake people out there in the world who want you for only what they can get from you. So always remember that. So guys, what do you think? It's your boy, O'Shea Duke Jackson, back at it again with another episode of The Celebrity Junk. I really appreciate you for all you do. Subscribe to the bell. We're out.